Welcome back to Velshi and Rule. Today, the House Rules Committee is establishing the rules that will govern the floor debate about the articles of impeachment. Tomorrow, the whole House is expected to debate and vote on the articles and likely make history by impeaching President Trump.
If passed, the impeachment resolution would then head to the Senate for a trial. Earlier, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer addressed the potential trial.
The House chose this road. It's their duty to investigate. It's their duty to meet the very high bar for undoing a national election. If they fail, they fail. It's not the Senate's job to leap into the breach and search desperately for ways to get the guilty. That would hardly be impartial justice.
In the coming weeks, every senator will have a choice. Do they want a fair, honest trial that examines all the facts? Or do they want a trial that doesn't let all the facts come out? We will have votes. During this proceeding, should the House send it to us, after voting for it, when they send it to us, we will have votes on whether these people should testify and whether these documents should be made public and part of the trial. And the American people will be watching. They will be watching.
Joining us now, Democratic Senator Mazie Hirono of Hawaii. She serves on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator, thank you for joining us. Let's start with Mitch McConnell. He says he's not going to call the witnesses the Democrats want, including John Bolton or acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney. Can you do anything about that?
Well, apparently not. According to Mitch McConnell, we don't need to call any witnesses. I think if there's anybody who's desperate to not getting to the truth, it is not the Democrats, it is not Chuck Schumer, it is Mitch McConnell. So, at the least, we should have certain witnesses, such as Mulvaney and Bolton, who were there, who could shed light on what was going on with the withholding of almost $400 million for Ukraine.
That's
Maybe
what you
they
want.
Could exonerate the president.
But can you do anything to make that happen? Isn't Mitch McConnell in charge?
The minds in order for all of that to happen, and I don't know that we're going to get to that, but perhaps are putting it out into the public to say that here's the House voting on impeachment without a single document, which leads to the obstruction of Congress charge as part of the articles of impeachment, and yet they had live witnesses that said that the president did what he did. On the other hand, if the president has a defense, he should come forward with that defense. I am all ears for that to happen.
Senator, what do you think? How do you? I don't know that we're going to have this meeting of the minds that you're talking about, because somehow Mitch McConnell has suggested that you heard him saying that trying to get to guilty would not be impartial, and yet he has said, he was on Fox News the other day, he was telling Hannity, he continues to say he doesn't need witnesses. Lindsey Graham says, I don't need to hear any witnesses. I've already decided how this is going to go. So what is the way in which you can press for something that feels like a trial in the Senate when Mitch McConnell and other Senate leaders on the Republican side have said not interested in even the fixings of a trial, even the trappings of a trial?
Ellie, as far as I'm concerned, if we don't get those witnesses, we already have other witnesses who have testified that the president shook down the president of another country for political gain and using, it's an abuse of power. So we have that. We have those facts. Frankly, for Mulvaney and Bolton to come forward, to me, would be an opportunity for the president to make his case. Let them come forward. But the president doesn't want anybody to testify on his behalf, apparently.
Sure. I mean, that would make sense to you, but Mitch McConnell is okay with you not feeling good about his decisions. Look what he did with Merrick Garland. Mitch McConnell knows the rules. He doesn't care if he's judged for how he plays them. Given that's who he is and you've worked with him for years, do you actually think a meeting of the minds is even remotely possible?
Well, this is why I've said that even without the meeting of the minds with regard to the witnesses, we already have enough factual basis in which to proceed with a trial, and that is exactly what the House has done. That they have come up with two articles. One is obstruction of of Congress, and the other is abuse of power. We already have enough evidence to support those articles of impeachment. Now, what I'm waiting for would be the witnesses from the president's side who said, no, he. And the two people who were there with them, Bolton and Mulvaney, they should come and testify, as well as two other witnesses who have probably firsthand information as to why the aid was withheld.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.